Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlickers, shills, desolators, peasants, vassals, minions. Welcome. I'm a useful idiot, and today I want to talk about Lebanon. And this is a new posting of the previous video I did on it because, thankfully, a viewer pointed out a faux pas I did at the end. And ironically, I talked about how confusing things are getting, and I confused myself with the details at the end, and so it was bad enough that I needed to correct it. So. Anyway, I'm going to do this video over. And what we have is a major incursion into Lebanon by ISIS. They've captured the first city in Lebanon, Arsal, along the Lebanon's northeast border with Syria and about 50 miles from Beirut. It has about 40,000 residents and 120,000 refugees. And it hasn't been declared part of the caliphate yet, but it's an interesting set of details. And I used 3 different articles, and they had varying details and emphasized different things. So I've got a much better picture of what initially looked like maybe just a quick strike inside Lebanon by just nebulous Syrian opposition militants. In fact, one article said the rebels, who included foreign fighters, so not very specific. But now we have clarification that it is indeed ISIS, and that makes it more of a big deal. And the result of the Lebanese army, this incursion is the result of the Lebanese army supposedly arresting a commander from the Free Syrian Army who defected to ISIS, although some of these articles talk about connections to the Al-Nusra Front, to the Free Syrian Army, and to ISIS. So it's not clear who this commander is, even though we have his name, Juma. And the militants said they would leave if Juma was released, although another article said the rebels demanded to trade captured soldiers and police for a multitude of prisoners being held by the Lebanese military. So in either case, we have exchanges between ISIS, these armed militants, and taking over this town. And supposedly took over a police station, and the scale of this seems to be debated in these different articles. A New York Times article talks about heavy shelling and residents actually fleeing, while one article just says that a police station was taken over and that gunmen are riding the streets. But I tend to believe that there's something more substantial going on, because the body count for the Lebanese military is pretty high, 122. 14 soldiers killed, 86 wounded, and 22 missing. And 22 missing, of course, are the ones they are talking about who were captured and they want to trade for prisoners. So the Lebanese military has already got a presence in the area, and we should expect some sort of counterattack in the next few days. And it will be interesting to see this unfold. The Lebanese government had an emergency meeting, and the Prime Minister said, quote, "There is no political solution with extremist groups who are manipulating the Arab communities under religious obscurantism and strange titles, seeking to transfer their sick acts to Lebanon. Today, the only solution is the withdrawal of the gunmen from Arsal and its surroundings," unquote. And the Lebanese army will undoubtedly, like I say, launch a counterattack soon. But also we have Hezbollah vowing to help the Lebanese army retake the city. So we have Hezbollah in Syria, and this is the point that I screwed up last time. We have Hezbollah in Syria, which of course is fighting the opposition and supporting the Assad government. And now we have Hezbollah vowing to help the Lebanese army attack some of the opposition that is now in Lebanon. And an interesting development in the sense that we have Hezbollah defending the Syrian government in Syria, and then we have Hezbollah fighting the opposition in Syria. And ISIS is part of that opposition, but we also have ISIS fighting the other opposition in Syria, which Hezbollah is also fighting. So that's where I got tongue-tied and discombobulated. But anyway, so now we have, like I say, a major incursion by ISIS into Lebanon, a country they've declared as one of their targets. And this could be the beginning of larger incursions into Lebanon and a new front opening. So this is something dramatic worth keeping our eyes on. I'm a useful idiot. Don't you be one too.